All right, we are live on the Coach Eli Television Network, YouTube, Facebook, and D Live. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here tonight. It is Thursday, July 29th, 2021, the day that we are doing this live stream here. But if you're watching on the replay, don't worry. These streams have great replay value. So regardless of when you're viewing this, please stick around because I'm going to be sharing some great information tonight. I'm going to be sharing some of my personal experiences regarding this topic, and hopefully many of you can learn so that way you don't have to deal with what I've dealt with regarding this topic. Or at least not as much of what I've dealt with, because life does involve some drama, no matter how hard you try to stay away from it. But before we get to all of that, let me make sure, first of all, that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Wow, what's wrong with my video tonight? This is weird. Like, this is really, really, really weird. Like, I was like stuttering there for a second. I think it's because I'm running a lot. I have a StreamYard panel open. That was weird. Did you see that a second ago? Like, I was kind of like stuttering. But I think I'm going to be okay now. The YouTube notification has gone out. Let me check out the back end of YouTube. The back end of YouTube seems to be rolling smoothly. The back end of Facebook seems to be rolling smoothly. And the back end of D Live seems to be rolling smoothly. Let me just check out the front end of Facebook and D Live. Make sure that we're rolling okay. The back end of Facebook seems... Facebook's working fine. And on D Live, let's see. It's working fine. And on D Live. Yeah, we're good. We're good everywhere. Okay. All right. And one final piece of actual business before we get down to the show here. This brand, my YouTube channel, and anywhere else my content appears, is sponsored by the Discover Community Network. Well, now I'm getting an issue that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Viewers will experience buffering. Well, that's probably an error because my bandwidth meter is telling me that everything's running just fine. How are we doing on the front end of YouTube, Queen? Let me know if this is running okay, Queen, Holly. I could just check. A lot of times that is an error. Let me just check out YouTube real quick. How are we doing on the front end of YouTube, Queen? Let me know if this is... yeah, we're rolling okay, well at 1080p, Holly. 60 frames per second. All right, so let's ignore that false positive on the back end of the YouTube studio in the live streaming room. And let's pay special props to my sponsor. It's none other than the great Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network, and he is a branding and marketing genius. He is very reasonably priced. Of course, he has some higher-end packages, but even his entry-level packages will get you more than anyone else will offer at that price point. So if you would like for me to connect you with Troy, or if you want to connect with Troy yourself, just go below in the description on the YouTube side of things and click on the top link, discovercommunitynetwork.com. If you're on Facebook, go to the top of the search bar and type in Discover Community Network, and you'll find the Facebook business page there. If you're on D Live, until I figure out how to get some messages scrolling to the chat there, so I can auto post this, just go to discovercommunitynetwork.com, all one word, and you'll find out how to connect with Troy there by phone or by email. Or if you would like for me to personally connect you, just email me at coacheli@coacheli.com. That's Coach Eli at coacheli.com. The link to my email is below the description section of YouTube and Facebook. Once again, Troy, and to the Discover Community Network, thank you so much for your continued sponsorship and patronage of my business and my brand. Lots of love from Coach Eli and the Coach Eli clan. All right. Let's get right to it. How's everyone doing tonight? How's it going tonight? Yeah, this is a topic that I really wish wasn't near and dear to my heart, but it's become near and dear to my heart, especially since I started creating on YouTube about 4 years ago. I didn't realize how many drama freaks there are on YouTube. Social media in general, but more so YouTube because of the way YouTube is set up. And so I've had to learn in my life to not only find ways to ignore and eliminate drama from my life outside of YouTube and social media, but now, as a full-time content creator, especially out here on YouTube, on the YouTube side of things, I've had to learn how to deal with it online. And if you thought drama in real life outside of social media is bad or has been bad in the past, it is much, much worse online, especially on a platform like YouTube, because, once you put something out there or you join someone's live stream and you say something, you can never take it back. And people will take what you've said and splice it up and, try to destroy your reputation. Now, that's happened to me many times throughout the past 4 years, more so the first 2 to 2.5 years. The last year and a half or so, I've really learned to watch what I say and think twice or 3 times before I say something and mentally prepare myself before I get into any situation, especially if I'm going on a live stream panel of someone else's show. I'm always mentally prepared and emotionally prepared too. And I put myself in a state where, regardless of what happens or what, the host of that live stream says or anyone on that panel, if there's a panel, no matter what they say, I'm not going to let it trigger me. I'm not going to overreact. I'm going to be professional, respectful, and mature. And if it ends up being a panel that doesn't suit my message or doesn't suit me, I'll just politely leave the panel and go away, right? And leave them with no hateful content to put out there regarding myself. Now, everyone's a human being, folks, right? We're all human, right? Everyone has said things in the past that they wish they could take back. We all make mistakes, right? All of us make mistakes. And we say things we don't mean. And most people understand that happens, right? But out here on the YouTube side of things, if you say something by mistake that's hateful and inappropriate and you didn't mean it, and you try to take it back, you can't, especially if it's on someone else's live stream or platform, right? And a lot of times what these people will do is they'll take those clips of you and take you out of context and make you appear to be worse than you actually are. And then they'll use that to create more content off of you. They'll use that to try to destroy your business and your brand. This has happened to me time and time again out here on the YouTube platform, right? But why was it happening? It was happening because I was allowing this drama to consume me. I was allowing people to get to me. I felt the need to defend myself against people that, were never going to change their opinion of me, right? It was pointless for me to defend myself against these people because their purpose is one thing: to live a life full of drama and to create drama content indefinitely and to cater that content to an audience that loves drama and loves to also live a life full of drama. I have always wanted to live a drama-free life, right? So, how did I personally overcome this? When you come out on social media, for example, you're not gonna know the ropes. I didn't understand the court of public opinion when I first came out here. I didn't understand the trolls and haters. I didn't even know what a troll was, I knew what haters were, but I didn't even know what a troll was. But when I started live streaming on YouTube, 6 months after I started my former channel 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago, so about 3.5 years ago, when I first started live streaming, and then I started getting severely trolled and attacked and hammered, I quickly learned what a troll is. And I had to find ways to combat that as professionally, respectfully, and maturely as possible, so that way I'd be able to run my live streams, because I love running live streams. Now, on my former channel, I used to put a lot more pre-recorded content on. I do have some pre-recorded content on this channel, and there will be more pre-recorded content coming soon again. But I love doing live streams. I love engaging an audience. I love the feeling of being live and having people there and answering their questions on the fly. It's a wonderful feeling. I used to do live podcasting and pre-recorded podcasting before I came onto YouTube, right? So, when I first started, creating content on here, I did pre-recorded content, and then I went and started doing live streams, and I kind of felt like I was doing my old podcast show, pre-recorded or live, but in video format. I used to run a podcast show on my sponsor's internet radio station network called DCN Talk Radio, Discover Community Network Talk Radio. So I had to learn how to deal with this. I had to figure out, what was creating this drama when all I was trying to do was defend myself and try to get these people to stop doing what they're doing. And I didn't realize that the only way to stop allowing drama to consume me was to actually completely withdraw. Like the topic of this stream says, how to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. One more time, how to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. I'm going to tell you folks right now, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that if you're involved in any type of drama, online or offline, it's going to completely hinder your success and your chances of being successful at whatever you're trying to be successful at. That includes business and personal relationships and dating relationships, right? Drama, endless amounts of nonsensical drama, going back and forth and feeding into drama people, even if you're not a drama person, because you feel the need to defend yourself and try to tell these people they're wrong about what they're saying, when these people already know they're wrong about what they're saying about you, but they're trying to manipulate you to trigger a response from you so they have back and forth with you and create endless amounts of content. You have to learn to figure that out. I had to learn to figure that out, right? And until I figured that out, it was taking a toll on my business. It took a toll on my last relationship. My ex, broke up with me primarily over this drama stuff. Drama will destroy you. It'll completely destroy you. Now, there are some people, like half the people on YouTube, this is another thing I had to learn. There are two sides to YouTube. There are 2.3 billion people on YouTube, for example, right? And half of those people are drama people. Half the audience on YouTube is a drama audience, right? Now, there are a few channels out there that have been around for a while, big drama channels, that have found a way to be sustainable. But the truth of the matter is this, like I've always said in the past when I've talked about drama, okay? Drama content is not sustainable long term. For the most part, anyone that runs drama channels, you're going to hit your high and then you're going to hit your low, and you might seesaw for a little while, but eventually after a while, maybe a year or two of doing the same old thing, right? You're going to tap out. It's not sustainable long term. Queen, you said half the people left YouTube, but that's not what the numbers say, Queen. There's more ad revenue on YouTube now than ever before. I should know it. I'm a monetized channel. Let me check out Facebook and D Live. Okay, nothing happening on the other platforms. Let me go ahead and get to the chat here real quick, and then I'm going to share with you folks how tonight's show is going to go. I have 4 great aspects to go over on Reddit. I'm going to go through 4 Reddit postings, and they're quite interesting, and I'll do my commentary on that. But I want to share that with you folks because I want you folks to see from the outside what people think about drama, how it's affected them, their relationships, etc. It's pretty interesting. So we'll get to that in just a little bit. But let's get to the chat. Queen says the Queen is here. You're good. Hello, Queen. Welcome to the show. Holly, hopeful and blessed says hello, Eli and everyone. Hello, Holly, says Queen. Hey, Holly, from me as well. And Queen again. Queen has her opinions about the YouTube platform, something I can't say or else I'll get demonetized. Okay, Queen, that's your opinion. Holly, hopeful and blessed. Stars. Okay, you're talking about that word Queen used. That's all right. I don't mind that she used it. I just won't say it. I don't want the algorithm to hear me say it. And I have no opinion about that comment at this point. So, not a big deal. But that's cool, Queen. Queen says, half the people left YouTube. I already mentioned that. Eli, people do have a right to leave YouTube. Queen, people have the right to do whatever they want to do as long as it's within the limits of the law. But just because they have the right to leave YouTube doesn't mean that they're leaving. Trust me, they're not leaving, Queen. People have not left YouTube. And people that no longer create on YouTube still consume content on YouTube. Why? There's no other platform that has the content like YouTube. But yeah, that's what I've seen, and that's my opinion, and you're entitled to yours, and that's awesome. That is awesome. At least my video is working fine now. It was weird at the beginning of the show. I was like stuttering, like it was stuttering for some reason. I mean, I have a powerful laptop, but I'm running a lot of stuff, and I'm simulcasting to 2 other areas besides YouTube, and I'm doing this all from my laptop. I'm not using like Restream.io or StreamYard. I'm not using a third party to simulcast. I'm running the simulcast directly from OBS with 3 separate connections to 3 separate servers. And yeah, so you get a little stutter every now and then, like at the beginning of this stream. That's why it probably happened, or maybe it was just a temporary glitch. But it seems to be rolling fine now. Okay. So the show, how's the show going to go tonight? Well, Holly says, that's true. Google, etc., rules most of the internet. And to be honest, Holly, Google has some of the best products. I love Google Maps. On my iPhone 12 Pro Max, I plug it into my Apple CarPlay in my car, and I can run Google Maps, and it'll show me how to get to where I want to get there. It tells me the estimated time of arrival. It tells me how many minutes are left on my drive and how many miles are left on my drive. And if I want to use audio navigation, which I turned that off because I like to listen to Pandora at the same time. When you're listening to like music or Pandora or whatever you use, and you have the audio on your GPS on, it interrupts your song and says, turn right at blah, blah, blah. So I kind of got tired of that a while back, and I just turned off the sound and I just glanced at the screen. It tells me, okay, in 2 miles, get off this exit off of Highway 101. And in 3 miles, turn left here, right? So I love Google and I love all their products. I mean, they've made the world a much easier place to live in. And I love most of what they do. I don't have a problem with it. Holly Hopeful and Blessed says, like it or not. Queenie says, I have a couple of articles saying that Google is shutting down permanently in a couple of places. Well, if certain countries, don't want to allow access to certain parts of the internet, it's at their discretion to regulate the internet in their country. So it's not Google, it's probably that country's regulations. Holly Hopeful and Blessed says, I use Waze, tells me where accidents, police, etc. is at. I used to use Waze. I don't anymore. I've used it in the past. Waze has been around for quite some time. So, Holly, thank you for the information you sent me behind the scenes. It's kind of comical how this is happening exactly as it's always happened in the past with the information you sent me behind the scenes. We'll just leave it at that. But we have a show to run here, so we don't need to worry about other live streams happening at the same time. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What the heck is Waze? It's just like Google Maps, but it's a little bit different. It allows you to report accidents, and it basically, will show you where like speed traps are, like police speed traps. It'll show you where accidents are at. Now, Google now also shows accidents. I don't think they're as accurate as Waze, but Google has gotten pretty good at detecting accidents. And then it says, okay, accident ahead, plus 7 minutes to get through the accident. So they're all getting better. It's pretty scary, but they're all getting better. They are. They absolutely are. All right, so we're going to start going over those postings I mentioned. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say at the beginning of the show. I mean, as I go through these postings, I'll share more of my thoughts regarding, how to stop drama to consume you and actually get what you want. Because if you keep getting into drama, you're going to drain all your energy and you're going to exude negativity. And it's going to completely destroy your chances of accomplishing whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. That's what drama does. Drama not only repels people from wanting to be around you, whether it's a relationship or a business partnership or whatever, you're trying to work with someone on, but it also wears you down emotionally and physically, right? It wears you down emotionally and physically and even mentally. There's absolutely zero upside to drama, folks. Zero upside. But we'll talk more about that as we go through these Reddit postings. So let's just go ahead and switch on over to the browser source and get right to the first one. And the topic is, what are your top rules of living a drama-free life? This is from the subreddit Ask Reddit with 33.1 million members, 120,000 of them online right now. So what are your top rules of living a drama-free life? Let's see what the people said in there. Put the phone away when you get home. Remember, it is not always about you. Don't sweat the small stuff. Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, it doesn't mean you're a drama king or queen if you don't put your phone away. But you don't need to sit there and be on your phone the entire time if you're hanging out with somebody else, right? I don't have a problem with people glancing at their phone, every 15 minutes or 30 minutes. I mean, but if you're, let's say you're having a date night with your boyfriend or girlfriend at your place and you're watching a movie and you're snuggled up on the couch. At that point, what I typically will do is I will turn my phone upside down and I'll put it on silent. I won't even put it on vibrate. I'll put it on silent and I'll turn it upside down, and I will probably glance at it maybe every 30 to 60 minutes in case of an emergency or something like that. That's my best advice there. So that's a good way to not get distracted and to be able to focus on enjoying your drama-free evening with your significant other. Don't get too involved in anything. Always stay on the outskirts of the friend circle. That way you're off the radar. Well, in essence, what you're saying there is if you don't want to deal with drama, you need to withdraw from life. That's what you said in other words. And that's not true. You don't want to completely withdraw from life. And there's no possible way to avoid all drama in life. But what you can do is the moment that you sense a situation that's turning into a drama situation and you don't feel right being around that group of people, you just withdraw. You politely excuse yourself and you withdraw. Now, some drama people, if you want to withdraw, will say, well, why do you want to withdraw? Well, I just don't feel right here. I don't fit in, right? You want to be as vague as possible because when you're dealing with drama people, once you figure out they're drama people and you try to withdraw from them, like if you come out and say I'm withdrawing from you because you're drama and I want no drama, that's going to trigger them to bring more drama to you, right? And that's going to also trigger them to potentially do stupid things, right? Whether you are hanging around with these people in person or online. But especially if you're online, what will they do? They'll create more drama content on you, and they'll take things way out of context to try to kick you down and harm you because you wanted to leave them. All you wanted to do was withdraw, right? You have to understand that a lot of these drama people are in a terrible emotional state. They have unresolved issues stemming back to their childhood, or they have some other unresolved issues that happened along the way as they were growing up or, throughout their life. So you don't know where the mental and emotional state is of these people. So you have to tread very carefully when you realize that the people you're hanging out with or trying to do business with or whatever, right? When you realize they're drama people, when you start to sense that, you want to withdraw as quickly as possible, but as quietly, professionally, respectfully, and maturely as possible. And then, if they get a little upset for you leaving, just ignore them. Just say, I'm sorry, I'm just not the right fit here, but best of luck to you, right? That's the way to handle it. But completely removing yourself? No, man. That's like saying removing yourself from society. Like a lot of these guys out here on the internet nowadays from this MGTOW group that's called Men Going Their Own Way. It stands for Men Going Their Own Way, right? They say the stove is too hot with women to even date women, let alone marry women. So they completely withdraw, right? That's what they say, right? But they don't really want to withdraw. They're just saying that because they're angry and bitter. So it's not about withdrawing, okay, completely from society. It's about being alert, and you have to give people chances. You can't just walk up to somebody and look at them and say, okay, this person's a drama king or queen, because you haven't interacted with them and you don't know how they treat people. You have to take chances to get to know people before you can figure out if they're a drama king or queen or just a regular, average, everyday person, right? So it's not about withdrawing. It's about being alert and seeing if this is the right fit, or if it's not the right fit and the people you're hanging around with or you're surrounded by end up being drama people, then just withdraw. Withdraw as quietly, respectfully, and professionally and maturely as possible. Relationships are about expectations and communication. If you set clear expectations, communicate clearly, You don't cause no drama. That's the thing. When I'm getting to know women, I'm direct and decisive and upfront. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. Does this work for you? Well, it's too much. Okay, best of luck to you, right? Be direct, be decisive, and you want to communicate clearly, right? Let me read that again. Relationships are about expectations and communication. If you set clear expectations, communicate clearly, you don't cause drama. He put no drama, but that no word was excessive. You don't create drama as long as you set your boundaries. And you clearly, when you're getting to know people from the very beginning, you're open and you're honest, and you tell them, hey, yeah, this is what I'm open to. This is what I'm not. Does it work for you, right? And that way, you can either continue hanging around that person or group of people, or you can withdraw immediately. And the sooner you withdraw from a bad situation, if you can identify a bad situation sooner than later, that gives less time for the other side or other people to get emotionally attached to you to the point of where they would want to retaliate or attack you, right? So you want to try to, how do they say this, nowadays? You have to try to size people up as quickly as possible. Have hopes and goals and dreams. Don't gossip. Be open, honest, trustworthy, and accountable. Know that you will never be fully drama-free because that's impossible. Yep, I just said that. So the question again was, what are your top rules of living a drama-free life? Again, this person says have hopes and goals and dreams. Yeah, that's great. Don't gossip. Yeah, don't talk smack about people. People that talk smack about other people are insecure, and they're projecting their insecurities because they perceive the people they're talking smack about to be better than them, right? Don't do that. Don't gossip. Especially you guys. Because you know how the saying goes, women gossip and men discuss. It's no disrespect to you, ladies. Drama is a little bit more natural and normal for women because women have always gossiped, right? Men are not gossips. We discuss things. We discuss things logically. I'm not saying women don't discuss things logically, but as I've always said, ladies, and you know it, women respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And that's why it's more natural and normal for women to gossip. But if you can help it, ladies, don't gossip. Try to not create drama, even though you love it at times, or more than at times. Be open, honest, trustworthy, and accountable. Right. If you want to connect with the right people that are drama-free, you got to be open with them. You got to be honest with them. You have to be trustworthy, right? And you have to be accountable. Okay? Hold people accountable, but I'll also allow them to hold you accountable. Accountability is a two-way street. Know that you will never be fully drama-free because that's impossible. Like I said a second ago when I first read this, I'm reading it a second time because it's that good. Drama is inevitable. Drama surrounds us, right? Whether we like drama or not. I hate drama. I can't stand it. I live a drama-free life. But no matter how much of a drama-free life I try to live and choose to live, drama is always going to surround us. Other people are always going to try to bring their drama into our lives. Why? Because they perceive us to be better than them. And they wish they could be as strong as us. They're unhappy. Maybe they're not getting the attention they desire, right? So you have to understand that no matter how good you are and how serious you are about eliminating all drama from your life, it's not possible. But it's the way that you handle it by withdrawing as quickly as possible or identifying drama situations as quickly as possible and then just withdrawing as quietly as possible so you don't overly trigger the emotions of these drama people that are just looking to bring you down with them so they can feel better, right? Be an instigator and start drama with other people so you remain entertained. Now, I disagree with that one. What are your top rules of living a drama-free life? Number 5, be an instigator and start drama with other people so you remain entertained. I think he just threw that in there as a joke. It can be entertaining, but it does get old after a while. And the entertainment aspect of drama, especially the same type of entertainment aspect, it gets old after a while. It's not entertaining after a while. Don't create drama and ignore the drama that comes your way. That's plain and simple. Smile and tell the drama person, have a nice day. Right. And that's going to trigger them, right? You got to understand that even if, you get approached by a drama person, right? And they try to spew their drama on you. Even if you say, all right, dude, have a nice day, I got to run, right? And you just walk away, right? That might trigger them to say, okay, this person doesn't care about me. He just brushed me off. I'm going to go talk smack about him on YouTube. If that's what happens, for example, in that case of online drama, just ignore what they do. Don't let them get to you. Don't feed into it, right? Because then if you feed into it, now you're not living a drama-free life. You're basically a part of instigating more drama. You don't have to feel the need to defend yourself over people that are unhappy with themselves, which is why they're living a life of drama, right? You just have to understand that. Stay inside and don't talk to people. Come on, guys and gals. You keep saying that the only way to remove drama is to stay inside and don't talk to people. So live a lonely, miserable life so you can avoid all drama, right? You go from removing yourself from one miserable aspect, removing all drama, by withdrawing completely, stay inside, don't talk to people, and now you're going to be lonely and miserable. No. Just go outside, enjoy life, meet people, talk with people, but try to size people up as quickly as possible. You can technically figure out if someone's a drama king or queen or not within 5 to 10 minutes of a phone conversation or an in-person conversation. When I talk with women from Match.com or Bumble, those are the dating apps I use right now. When I get on the phone with them, within 5 to 10 minutes, I can tell if they're a drama queen or if they're in a good place to date. And if they're not in a good place to date, they're a drama queen, I'll end the call and move on. It's basically lockdown's life, LOL. Well, this was 1 year ago during the beginning of the pandemic, a little over a year ago. I did it before lockdown. Yeah, let's not bring in the lockdown as part of this topic because it's irrelevant. This topic has nothing to do. It's not affected by the lockdown or by the virus. There really is no more lockdown. Although they're trying to lock certain things down again because of the variant, but we'll see how it goes. We're still not required to wear masks if we're vaccinated here in my area. So, but we'll see. We'll see if that changes. Some places I believe some places are changing that. Well, I deactivated my Facebook. Gonna see how that plays out. Okay. Well, if Facebook or other social media platforms are too much for you and it's too much drama, you can take a break from them. You could, like you said, you can deactivate it. You can reactivate it. I love social media. Social media is the best way for me to keep up with people and communicate with them and set up, times to hang out or reach out to them and say, hey, are you free for a call? Right? Social media is not a bad thing as long as you balance it out and you don't let it consume you, especially with drama, because on social media, there's drama everywhere. So it's up to you how you use social media. I've never put anything to, I've never deactivated any of my platforms, but I've taken breaks from posting. I don't have to deactivate my platform to not pay attention to it. It just sits there, right? Plus, if you deactivate it, then, your friends think there's something wrong, or your followers think there's something wrong. And, that's that. I did that too. You only focus on what matters to you. Best decision ever, though, how hard it was in the first few days or maybe weeks. Okay, if you want to deactivate your Facebook or social media because you don't know how to eliminate the drama and only focus on people that are positive, well, that's on you. But I'm not gonna completely shut down my life just so there's no chance of any drama coming into my life. You just got to learn how to handle it quickly and move past it if it happens. So that way, you can still have good people to hang out with. If you remove everyone, withdraw from everyone, then what would the point of life be, right? Chill, dude. That's it, says this last guy. That's true. Chill. How do you, what are your top rules of living a drama-free life? Yeah, just chill, dude. That's it. Yeah. When I saw that, when I first read this earlier today, I was like, that's like the best answer right there. Simple, short to the point, and exactly right. Chill, dude. That's it. All right, we're at 41 minutes. I'm actually going to take a break right now before I get to the next Reddit, and I may have to take another break after that. We may go 3 segments today because I have 3 other Reddits I want to go over. But let me get the chat here real quick. Let's see. Nothing happening over on D Live. Give me 1 second here. Okay. And check out Facebook. Nothing happening over on Facebook. Okay. On YouTube, we have men do more of the gossip. Well, nowadays, I'll agree with you, Queen. Why? Because 97% of the men, like I've been saying lately, are beta males, and they're acting more feminine. So I'll agree with you on that, Queen, solely on the fact that, the majority of men nowadays are acting like women, and the majority of women are acting like men. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, we agree on that. I'll give you that. But I'm talking from a biological standpoint. Men respond to everything logically first, and women respond to everything emotionally first. That's the difference right there. So that's where the gossip thing comes into play for women, and the discussing instead of gossiping comes into play for men. And Queen has her opinion about the pandemic, and that's on her. I'll leave my opinion out right now for obvious reasons. All right, folks. Let me go ahead and cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. And step away for a quick break here. Let me play something not incredibly loud or with loud guitar, because that blows Queen Helen Casey's eardrums out. See, I'm going to be respectful to your wants and needs, Queen. How's that? Let's see here. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Just need a couple more here, and then we're all set to rock it. All right. One more. Come on. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a 10-minute or a little less than a 10-minute break and refill my coffee and stop by the facility. You know what the facility is, and then we're going to come back and get to the other 3 Reddit postings. So stick around. We'll be right back. Oh, full screen. down to business, so scratch it. Yeah, all right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli here on the Coach Eli Television Network. We are broadcasting primarily live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook and DLive. Glad you could all join me tonight. Tonight we're discussing how to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. One more time. How to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. So let's get right back to it. Let's get right back over to, well, before we get to that, let me say hello to Critical Mass Blog in the chat. He says, hello, brother. How you doing? He says, greetings, Helen. He says he's doing pretty good. Critical Mass is doing pretty good. Oh, he says pretty good station music. Sorry about that. Well, thank you for that, bro. I try to find the best songs in the YouTube audio library that won't get me demonetized or get me a copyright strike. You know, you got to play by the rules, right, bro? So yeah, thank you for being here, bro. Let's switch back over to the browser screen and get to the next one here. Let's switch on over. Peaceful, frugal, drama-free life. Question mark. This is from the subreddit HSP, which stands for Highly Sensitive People. And boy, we have a lot of HSP types of people, highly sensitive people out here on the YouTube side of things. Let me tell you, that's what creates the drama. Highly sensitive people. People that lack emotional self-control. Let's read what was posted. Just wondering how many highly sensitive people are into that kind of thing. What, drama? Did you try to shape your life in such way? How's it going for you? Shape your life around drama. I know many people out here on YouTube that live for the drama. And because they're drama kings or queens, they have turned their channels into complete drama shit show channels. That's their choice to do so. It's not the most productive way to live life or the happiest way to live life, but some people make money doing it, and hey, to each its own. I just want nothing to do with it. Anyone watching this stream or live stream replay more than likely feels the same way. Of course, peaceful life can mean something different for everyone. So feel free to be as verbose as you'd like. Okay, freedom of speech, right? I'm just a simple hermit in a small city. Why do you have to call yourself a hermit, sir? With plenty of access to nature, which is very important. There's nothing better than getting out there in nature and taking a hike, breathing in the fresh air, letting those endorphins flow, and staying healthy and fit. I agree. No close people, no drama, no car, no hassle. Yeah, it's nice to get away. That's what I love about hiking. You get away. Of course, I use the car to get to the trail, but you know what I'm saying. Just renting a room, and that keeps cost of life down quite nicely too. You sound like a minimalist, which is fine. I would not want to live my life as a minimalist, but I don't need to live a grandiose type of lifestyle either. I get it. I found life like that makes a good base for small adventures I enjoy, like doing some volunteering and helping around. Like that is fun too. Well, it sounds like you're a pretty happy person that wants to live a drama-free life. Now let's see what people said in the comments section. What you describe is my dream, but sadly, before I discovered I'm highly sensitive, I went into social work. Well, that's if you want to stay away from drama, that's the last field you want to be into. It's or get into is social work. It is a difficult place for me to be in because I absolutely love what I do, but it drains the life out of me. And I know it's not sustainable long term. God, I've been saying the same thing all along. Because doing social work involves a boatload of drama all the time. I know I'm going to have to figure something out, but I just graduated, so I want to try to hang on in the field for a bit longer. Well, just because you got a degree in that field, maybe you have a psychology degree or whatever degree that you have, depending on the type of job you have, doesn't mean you have to stick to it. If you don't like it, you can always get a different type of job. You can also start your own business, right? You can also go back to school, take some night classes while you're working and get a different degree. But I have to ask this, why didn't you think about that before you got the degree? Did you not expect there to be a high level of drama in that field or dealing with people like that? You put in all the time and effort to get a degree in this field, and you're already hating it right after getting into it, right after getting a job in that field. Be proactive, folks. That's what I tell people. Be proactive in all aspects of your life. Think ahead before you put in the time and effort to get a degree or to before you do anything. You need to think it out. See if it's feasible and sustainable long term. Because if you put in all this effort and then it doesn't work out for you, you just wasted your time and probably your money too. One day soon, I hope to live a quiet life with a dog or two. Low expenses, so I don't need to work the standard 40 hours a week, and trying to be in nature as often as I can. Well, I like how you're thinking here. You're being honest, you're being open, you're realizing that you went to school, you went to college, you got a degree in a field that you really don't love, but you're not sitting there dragging it on. You're identifying it right away, and you're trying to figure out what's your next move, while still being able to pay your bills, right? Good for you. I like the way this person thinks. That's totally healthy. Hi there. I'm also a fellow, highly sensitive person, HSP, who has been in social work. Oh boy. I was a child protection caseworker for a couple years before the pressure started to really chip at my mental health. Yeah, it's draining work. You've got to really enjoy doing it if you're going to do it. And you have to have a great work and personal life. And don't bring your work home with you, at least not all the time, because if you're dealing with this type of work, social work, day in and day out, and you never take a break to balance out your work and personal life, it's going to really, really drive you crazy with, the people you're dealing with, right? But you're going to be dealing with, certain types of people that, are they're the drama people, right? And they're people that are not, they're not mentally and emotionally stable. That's why you do what you do. That's why you're a social worker. Now I am an elementary school teacher. Okay, cool. As an HSP, highly sensitive person, there is no way teaching will be long-term for me. Well, it doesn't pay that much. People, if you're going to be a teacher, you have to really, really love what you do and understand that you're going to be way underpaid for doing it. It is incredibly stimulating. However, I do plan on getting my master's in social work and work up to being a therapist. And start your own business. That's good. Look, that's great that you're looking at it this way. You're thinking ahead. You're like, okay, I got my degree. I'm in this field, but and I feel a rewarding type of feeling, but I'm not fully satisfied yet. I want a little bit more. I want to stay in this field, but I want to, work up to being a therapist. That's great, which I'm hoping will be a better and more controlled use of my empathy without draining. See, any type of work like that is going to be very, very, draining and taxing. If you're going to do it, you have to know what you're getting into. You're going to be dealing with people that have lots of mental and emotional issues, right? That's your job. Your job is to try to, uplift these people and get them to feel better about themselves so they're no longer, as mentally or emotionally disturbed or, unstable, right? Your job is to try to stabilize them, which is it's going to drain the life out of you, but that's your job. That you decided to go to school and get a degree for that, that's your job, right? Type this out in hopes that it may give you some ideas. Do you have any new plans on the horizon for your career? All right, let me read a couple more of this one before I get to the next one. Let me see, how many more are there? There are a bunch more, so I'm just going to read a couple more. Let me check out the chat here real quick. Give me a second here, folks. Okay. Queen said, let me guess, a liberal teacher? It doesn't matter if they're liberal or conservative. Teacher's a teacher. It is what it is. All right. Let's get right back to it here. Hi, thanks for reaching out. I cannot imagine doing child protection as a highly sensitive person. You're a rock star. I can see that teaching would also be a lot to manage as well. Okay. He's commenting on the other person's posting or comment. I definitely have the MSW on my radar. What the heck is MSW? Is that like master's? Oh, it's a master's program. Master of Social Work. Okay. Look, people, when you're writing on social media, right, you use all these acronyms. Please tell us what they stand for at least one time before you keep using the acronyms so we know what it is. Fortunately, I can just Google it and find it out real quick, but just saying, put it in parentheses, MSW, Masters of Social Work, right? And then use MSW, for the rest of the duration that you respond. But I've not committed because I worry still that it may be too much for me, especially going to clinical practice. I think I would need to be very part-time in this area as well in order to have a good work-life balance. At least you're owning it. I'm actually very, very proud of a lot of these people and the way they're responding. They're thinking about, okay, how is this career that I'm getting into going to affect my work and life balance? It's very important. And you have to have it. Number one, you have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to understand what you're getting into before you go to school and get a degree for that, right? But once you also get into it, you also have to have a good work-life balance, right? So that way, when you're working, you're going to be at your best, and it's not going to, it'll still be a little draining based on the field you're in, but it won't be as draining. You're going to feel more, you're going to feel more of a rewarding type of feeling that you're helping people. But you got to have that work and personal life balance. If you don't, you're going to hate your job and you're going to hate your life in general, right? Good for you. I think I would need to be very part-time in this area as well in order to have a good work-life balance. Yeah, that's great. I've also started a business very early stages. Good for you. Started a business. I tell people to do that all the time. Start something part-time, even if you're working a day job or working for somebody else, and build it up. And it may just take off to the point of where it replaces your income, and then you can be self-employed full-time, get rid of your day job, and be real happy, right? Doing space organization and lifestyle/habit planning. I know many people here in the Bay Area I used to network with back in the days when I ran my insurance business that are personal organizers. And they come into your home or apartment and they organize everything for you. They consolidate things and they're amazing people. That's a great job, man. This was something that really helped to keep me calm and focused as a full-time student and working part-time. Good. You did something that made you happy, made you some money, and kept you on track. Great. Excellent. I love organizing and helping others to find organization that fits within their lifestyle. I've only had a few clients and have not nearly fully committed to this plan either because I am so mentally drained from my work that I am mostly recovering in my spare time because you're dealing with a lot of drama. You're dealing with people that have mental and emotional issues. And that's the field you chose to go into. Did you not know that's what you're going to be dealing with? It's funny how so many people don't realize what their field entails before going to college and getting a degree for that field. But if I could manage to get this business off the ground, I think it would fit a lot better with my highly sensitive person needs. Okay, while still allowing me to support people in a way that I'm passionate about. I love what I do as a coach. I deal with highly sensitive people all the time. As a matter of fact, those are the people that need most of my help because they're dealing with mental and emotional issues that typically stem back to their childhood, or they have some unresolved issues from past relationships, friendships, etc. And until those people work through those issues, every person they encounter in life, after going through all of that and not resolving those issues, it's going to affect their relationship with those people, whether it's business or personal. I try to help those people, but let me tell you something. Those are the people that are the most difficult to help, but they're the ones that need the help the most, right? I understood that when I got into this business. I knew it was not going to be easy, but I love helping people. And I keep coming out here almost every day, if not every day, and create content to help people. I've also helped many people privately lately. I've had some clients I've been working with. I've also done some pro bono work for some people out here on YouTube and stuff. I enjoy doing it. And when you enjoy doing it, it's not really emotionally draining. As long as the people you're working with are willing to work with you and they're open to the help. But then there's another layer of the demands of running a business. Sure, you need to be profitable. Of course. There's a whole other layer, right? Do you have any worries about doing therapeutic counseling as it relates to being highly sensitive people? I guess he's just posing out that question. All right, we're going to read one more here, and then we're going to get to the next one. And then the last one I'm going to read after I take a break, and that is interesting because it involves a relationship or a past relationship. That's interesting. Let's see here. I got my degree in psychology and have gone back and forth from the field several times, now from burnout. Right. The emotional drain, dealing with highly sensitive, mentally and emotionally unstable people. That's your job. Why'd you get a degree in psychology if it was going to burn you out? How did you not know that this is what your field entails? Do people not look into the field they want to get a degree in before they go to college and get a degree in that field? You just say, okay, I'm going to go and get a psychology degree and I'll figure it out afterwards. So you waste all that money going to college and now you're like, oh man, I'm in a field that pays okay. I thought I was going to love it, but I'm really burned out. Well, one of the main reasons why you're probably burnt out is because you're not balancing your work and your personal life. If you did, you wouldn't be as burned out even in this field of dealing with mentally and emotionally unstable people or difficult people. My alternative interests were fine art and fashion design, but I had hang-ups about those. It sounds like you're indecisive. This must be a female. I'm sorry. Could be a guy, but it sounds like a lady. I moved to a more rural state and took up a job as a landscaper in the summer, which I hated at first, but after retreating to it, after trying my hand at adults with schizophrenia, okay, I know some schizophrenic people out here on YouTube, and let's just leave it at that. I wouldn't want to work with them as a coach. I've begun to fall in love with gardening and plants. All right. How about start a YouTube channel and teach people how to, create a beautiful garden in their home and, how to plant things properly, right? There is plenty of gardening business around here, so I took up extra on my own on the side. I like it because I am outside, can be alone for the most part, and enjoy beautiful plants, listen to music at times, and employ some creative skill. Yeah, one of the best things about being self-employed is that you call your own shots, and most of the time, you're doing things on your own. Okay. Now, when I also love talking to people, right? And my job entails me to talk with people to hear about their struggles and what they need help overcoming, right? But when I'm not dealing with clients, actual clients, and I'm creating content to promote my business, I'm preparing to create that content like I do for these shows before I go live. And that's a very rewarding feeling. And there's nobody to bother me. I'm by myself doing my thing. And it's an amazing feeling. If you're in the corporate world, you got people all around you asking you to do this, asking you to do that. And it's crazy. So I get it. I get it. You got your own little small business there. That's awesome. Listen to music at times and employ some creative skill. I'm charging $20 an hour or more next summer and will only work with the landscaper part-time. Good for you. You're realizing you can start your own business, make your own schedule, and probably end up making more money. Good for you. I'm also taking care of many succulents and houseplants and a couple orchids and reading books on propagation to sell container gardens next year. This is awesome. What you're doing is you're building a business based off of something you're passionate about. You know what? I got to give this person a big, huge round of applause. That's perfect. That's what I want to help people accomplish too. Find their purpose and make a business out of it. Then it won't be work. I don't see this as work. I love doing this, folks. I love doing this. It is much better than human services. Yeah, I hear you. You're tired of dealing with mentally and emotionally unstable people that are very difficult to help. It takes a very strong person to be in that field of social work, being a therapist, etc. Anything to do with psychology. Yeah, it's going to be draining. But the conversations are short-lived, and they generally regard me fondly because I do great work as a highly sensitive person. Okay. All right. Let's go to the third one here. And I think this one is it's pretty short. Okay. So I'm going to read this here, then take one more break. And then I'm going to come back to the final one, which you're going to want to stick around for because that one is interesting. It's regarding a past relationship. It's interesting, involving drama. Anyone here have achieved a rather simple, drama-free life? Okay, so someone is posing the question, has anyone actually accomplished to live a drama-free life? Many people have. Many people do live a drama-free life. Does that mean they never encounter drama? No. Drama is inevitable. It surrounds us. It just, it's up to us as individuals, which is what I'm trying to say, how we want to handle it and how quickly we withdraw from it. Or if we let it get to us, or we can just ignore it and move on, not let it daze us, right? Let me check out the chat here real quick. Queen says, I will own up to having schizophrenia. You're schizophrenic, Queen? Wow. Okay. Now you put that out there publicly. I'm sure the court of public opinion will share their thoughts on that, but I know you don't care, Queen, and that's cool. I respect you. I had no idea you're schizophrenic, Queen. I didn't know you were schizo. Wow. All right. Let me check out D Live real quick. Give me a second here. All right. Let me check out Facebook. We're good. All right. We're all caught up. All right. So once again, the question posed is, anyone here have achieved, it should be, has anyone here achieved a rather simple drama-free life? I'm going to correct your English. I'm going to be the English teacher. This is from the subreddit Asperger's. People with autism. Let's see what they say. Because when you're autistic, you don't have, or you have difficulty understanding certain social cues, right? So it is much easier for an autistic person to get triggered and get emotional, right? So let's see what they said. I'm not where I want to be yet, but getting there. Good for you. You're working on it. Good. I work a boring but well-paying job, and I own a cabin that I Airbnb. Great. You're doing something. This is awesome. My plan is to buy 2 more cabins. Great. You've got a goal. That's wonderful. 2 more cabins, Airbnb them as well, and basically retire. Good for you. You got a great game plan. I'll put it into action and make it happen. A property management company deals with all the Airbnb stuff. I just own the properties and watch money come in. That's a great business model, dude. Now, if it was me, I'd want to be involved a little bit, at least a little bit. I'd probably have a property management company running it too, but I would want to get involved every now and then, so I'm just not lazy. Like, I like getting my hands and feet dirty, you know. Even if I have the money to pay people to run things for me, I just love working. I love doing things on my own. I love challenging myself. But hey, if this is how you are, that's fine. That's great. I figure with 3 cabins, I'll rent 2 and live in the 3rd. Great idea, dude. That's great. That's how you're living a simple, drama-free life. Good. Awesome. Plan on being real off the grid if our shaky society buckles. Huh. If so, I like that. I don't know how to respond to that. It kind of sounds like a negative and a positive response in one. So I'm just gonna scratch that one, chalk that one up to. That's just kind of like a middle of the road type of answer. I don't have much to say about it. It's your opinion. I do plan on having solar, my own well, and a backup generator, mostly just because I'm tired of society and want to be self-sufficient. But yes, it would also be a good place to be if things go south, kind of like right now. See, a lot of people on the net now, just everybody is just really tired of the way things are. Like every person I've encountered does not like how the modern world is. But when people talk with me and tell me they don't like the way the modern world is, you want to know what I asked them? I asked them this question. If you don't like the way the modern world is, then what are you doing to change it? What are you doing about it? That's a good question, Eli. That's why I asked it, right? And when they say that's a good question and don't respond, it's because they're actually a part of the reason why the modern world is the way it is, right? Especially when you ask women about this, right? When it comes to dating, women are saying, where have all the good men gone, right? Oh, we're around, but you're not giving us the time of day. Because we're average, right? We're not 6 feet tall, we're 5'10", okay? We don't have 6 inches below or greater. We have 5.5. Now, those aren't my stats. I'm just hypothetically speaking here. I'm just, throwing out some numbers there. We don't make 6 figures. We make high 5 figures. Instead of $100K that you require, we make $99,900. Oh, that's $100 short. You don't qualify, right? Because the expectations and the standards have been set too high, right? All right. You might be able to say that about me. Stable job, own my own home, decent car, health not too bad, working on cutting weight currently. My work schedule is pretty consistent, but if I really want, I can have it changed. Okay, you have the option. If it works for you and you're happy and you can balance your work and personal life, keep it the way it is. If not, and you have the option of changing it, change it as soon as you feel the other way is not working for you. This is good. You guys are identifying this stuff. This is good. The whole homestead is taken care of. Just replaced back fence, which was the thing I had been wanting to do for months. Place is clean and pretty neat and fairly well stocked, so no worry about the panic buying. Okay? How do I plan to maintain my lifestyle? I don't. I plan to keep improving it. Good for you. Right? So instead of, dwelling in your misery, with other drama people and bringing drama in your life, you're choosing to avoid drama, remove drama from your life, and keep improving on yourself. This is good. This is really good. I continue to work to improve my health. Good for you. Still recovering from surgery, but hope to be working out again within the month. Great. I keep working to improve my understanding and use all my tools at work along with the application. We support you're using all resources available to you, and that's phenomenal. Phenomenal. I don't know it all. We just took on a vast amount of new work about a year ago and still pretty muddy on it. It's a pain. It's a pain since all the new stuff we got is actually kind of old and very poorly built and documented. Well, you got to deal with what you got, right? If your workplace, is a good place to work, then it wouldn't be cheap and they would update and upgrade the equipment. But sometimes you got to deal with what you're given, right? You have to use the tools that you have and make the best out of it, right? And if that job doesn't work for you, then you got to go and get another job that does. So not only is the information not great, it's often wrong due to how much they are changing things. I'm also leaning toward putting feelers out about getting another promotion and take another step up the corporate ladder. This is positive stuff. These people here are responding in a positive way, right? They're saying that, hey, like the question poses, anyone here achieve a rather simple drama-free life, right? These people are saying, yeah, this is what we do. They probably had enough drama in their life like we all have, and they've learned to ignore it, remove themselves from it as quickly as possible if someone tries to bring drama in their life, and focus on their purpose and focus on bettering themselves. Beautiful. Beautiful. What kind of car? I bought a 2017 Nissan Maxima SL last year after my older car got rear-ended on the freeway. Oh, sorry to hear about that. I have a 2017 Escape I got 3 years ago. Okay, cool. Good choice. The two Ford vehicles I personally like are the Ford Raptor in dark gray and those 2011 through 19 Explorers with the sport trim. Black or white are both nice. These are guys just having a conversation and keeping it positive. This is cool. This is the way it should be, drama-free. And that's that. All right, let me switch on over to full screen. We're at 1 hour and 26 minutes. Donnie Hart. Who's Donnie Hart? Are you the Donnie Shaw Show? Oh, I'm actually subscribed to you. Yeah, Donnie Hart. I am subscribed to you. You have 5 subscribers and no content. Remind me who you are. It's been a while, but I am subscribed to you. That is interesting. Welcome to the show. All right. Nothing on Facebook or D Live. Queen says, yes, along with bipolar and anxiety. Wow, Queen. For all the medical conditions you have, Queen, you're certainly a strong woman, and I respect and appreciate you. So, yeah, Donnie Hart, remind me who you are, bro. I can't remember who you are. And then I'll address you when I get back from the break. So, let me queue up a little more royalty-free YouTube music. Give me a second here. Let me see. Do-do-do-do. Okay. Just need one more. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Which one do I want to play? Oh, I know what I'm going to play. I'll play this while I'm on break. Typically, I lead back in with this, but I'll play this while I'm on break. All right, folks, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for another quick break. When we return, I'm going to go over the final Reddit question. And this one is interesting because it involves past relationship. It's going to be from the subreddit Narcissistic Abuse. The title is Next Found Out I'm Dating and Happy with My New Drama-Free Life. So next was her ex, I believe. Emailed me and I stupidly engaged. This is a great posting, folks. And I'll get right to it when we return. So stick around. We'll be right back. dun, 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 dun. What are you holding me accountable for, Holly? You're holding me accountable. Yes. Yes, of course. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. The song is called Seventh Floor Tango by Silent Partner from the YouTube audio library. Before that, with Ethan Mixel's Double Helix. Yes, let's pay some props to the artists, even though we were allowed to use this for free. Give them some notoriety. I love plugging good people, good music, right? All right, let's get right back to it. All right. Welcome back to the third and final segment of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on the Coach Eli Television Network. Broadcasting live on YouTube and simulcasting live on Facebook and the live. I'm glad you could all join us here tonight. We have a great topic here tonight. We're discussing how to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. One more time, how to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. I explained a lot about that in the beginning of the show, and I've been also going through some Reddit postings and sharing thoughts of what the public feels regarding drama and how they prevent drama and what they do to keep drama out of their lives. If you keep yourself occupied and you give yourself things to do, things that you enjoy, or let's say you work on creating something or building something, if you have something you enjoy and you want to make something out of it, like maybe turn it into a business or something like that, if you occupy your time with that, you're not going to have time for any drama. And if anyone tries to bring drama into your life, you're just going to ignore it. It's not going to even matter to you. You're going to be like, oh, whatever. You're going to blow it off. You're not going to feel the need to feed into it or drop everything and just start stirring up the drama pot. A lot of people feel the need to defend themselves against drama instigators. And that's the worst thing you can do. If you're trying to accomplish something, the worst thing you can do is feed into people trying to instigate drama on you, because those people are jealous of what you're accomplishing or trying to accomplish, right? And all they're trying to do is get a reaction from you so they can feel better about themselves. They want to kick you down to their level so they can feel better about themselves, that they were able to kick you down and throw you off your game. Why let them throw you off your game? Just keep moving forward. Occupy yourself with great things to move you forward, and drama will become non-existent in your life, right? Right. Let's get to the chat here real quick before we get this final Reddit question here. It's this Reddit posting. It's very interesting regarding an ex-boyfriend that reached out to his ex-girlfriend. Drama, relationship drama, right? Queen Helen Casey says, I had to turn the volume down on my phone. Yeah, with Ethan Mixel Double Helix. Do you folks like the audio quality? I broadcast in high quality, 320 kbps, at 30 megabits per second on YouTube. And with my new laptop and the latest sound card and sound card drivers, I feel it sounds amazing. How is the audio quality of the music when you're listening to it on my breaks? Actually, it was Queen that said she's holding me accountable. Sorry, it's Queen. Queen says, what are you holding me accountable for? And she says, the song Double Helix is what I am holding you accountable for. What, for blowing out your eardrums, Queen? Are you holding me accountable or responsible for it? Well, Queen, for you and anyone else that tunes into my shows, when you come here, you're coming here at your own risk, right? And I'm not responsible for anything that happens to you while you're here. That's on you, right? Holly says, sounds excellent. Well, thank you for that, Holly. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Information Man Show is in the house. How you doing, bro? Peace and respect. Says Information Man Show to myself. He tags me in there at Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Peace and respect. Peace and respect to you, brother. Welcome to the show. Queen Helen Casey, hello. Says Information Man Show. And that's that. All right. We've got nothing happening over on D Live. And let's check out Facebook. Nothing happening on Facebook. One person viewing. Feel free to chat in the Facebook chat or on D Live. And I will periodically check in on you and answer your questions, comments, and concerns. All right. All right. Let's head back over to the browser source. And this is the final Reddit posting I'm going to read and dissect. This is from the subreddit Narcissistic Abuse. Okay. You know, many people don't really truly understand what narcissistic attributes are. Just because someone's having a bad day doesn't mean they're a narcissist, right? But let's see if this is really involving narcissism, which, you know, narcissists typically make their entire life about drama. They're the worst drama shit disturbers because that's pretty much what narcissism is. All right, next found out, which is, I guess, her ex-boyfriend. I'm dating and happy with my new drama-free life. Your new drama-free boyfriend, right? Because he's chill and laid back. He's probably a real man, right? Real men don't instigate drama. Real men, you know, are emotionally strong and stable, right? Emailed me and I stupidly engaged. And then she's like, help with no contact. I can't block one of his email addresses because it is a company email. You can ask your company to block it. Say you're being harassed by this person. He found out I was dating, and he's jelly, right? This is pathetic. Probably through someone at work, and he just went off on me over email. That's pathetic. He's hiding behind the computer. He shouldn't be going off on you at all. He should just be moving on. And he's actually harassing you, ma'am, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's go on. This is a guy who literally rejected me constantly. So this guy rejected her. And now that she's dating someone else that makes her happy, now he's ticked off all of a sudden. Now he wants her. He didn't want her before until someone else wanted her, right? A guy who never had time for me. Hey, it works the same way on the flip side. Women do the same thing. And I get it. Who literally uses silent treatment to punish me for perceived wrongs that I did. This is a very insecure man that's emotionally unstable, mentally unstable, and more than likely he is a narcissist. Okay? He's probably a sociopath too. Maybe a psychopath. Who knows? I mean, he literally has said countless times over the years, I don't have time for you. Leave me alone. Go away. You don't like it? There's the door. It was never ending. I actually believe her. So this dude was basically pushing this woman away. She wanted to be with him. She was trying to work out the relationship. And so now, I guess apparently they split up, right? Maybe he broke it off with her or just kind of pushed her away, and she figured, okay, we're no longer dating each other, and I'm going to put myself out there and find a guy that is going to respect me, and I'm going to respect him, and we're going to get along without all the BS, right? Without the drama, right? And once that happens, what happens? You know? Rejection creates obsession. That's what my he's not actually my good buddy. I call him my good buddy because I love his content. Coach Corey Wade says rejection breeds obsession, right? This guy's a control freak. This guy is definitely a narcissist. I will say that right now. This is narcissistic behavior. Okay? The only time it was okay is when I would just be there for him, talk about his stuff, never ask any questions, never need anything, never have any desires, and do some oral fixation on him, ma'am, and allow him to penetrate certain aspects, right? So he probably, thought you were attractive, and he probably was having some great sex with you, intimacy, right? And he wanted to make it all about him, but he didn't want to hear a thing about you. What kind of relationship is that? That's I wouldn't be with a woman that behaved the way this guy behaves. Anyway, he sends me these emails about how if I only could wake up, grow up, and realize what I did wrong, then maybe we would have a chance. And if only you could take responsibility for your issues, maybe we could be together. This guy's this guy is not only a narcissist, he's a pathetic, weak, beta male loser. This guy's a control freak. Narcissist, absolutely. Maybe he has BPD. Maybe he has borderline personality disorder. Okay? He's very insecure. Sounds emotionally unstable. Sounds mentally unstable. Sounds like, he hasn't grown up. He sounds like, I don't know how old you folks are. You didn't mention it here. I'm assuming you're probably in your 20s or 30s, right? But he sounds like a 2-year-old. Ha ha ha. All I could think was, is he delusional? Yes, ma'am. He's delusional. He probably came from a broken household. Probably didn't get a lot of nurturing love from his family. He has unresolved issues that more than likely stem back to his childhood and the way he was raised, or being a part of a broken household. Or he probably has dealt with other things in his life that are unresolved. Ma'am, he is delusional. He has some major issues. After our crash and burn and begging me for him to talk to me, after our crash and burn and me begging for him to talk to me, so this woman is begging you, dude, the narcissist, to talk with her, and you blow her off until she gets another guy, and now you want her back. Now you want her attention. Wow. It's funny how that works, huh? People want what they can't have, right? Apologizing and having him say, not good enough, it's too late, we are over, go away, leave me alone, etc., etc. This was for months he did these things, literally months. Because he didn't want to lose you. He wanted to have his way with you. And make it all about him having his way with you, but not allowing you to be you and have your way with him at times, right? A relationship is 50-50. You have your way with each other, but you respect each other, right? I did start the NC months ago. That's no contact. Good for you. I spent a lot of time thinking through the relationship, a lot of memories, reading journal entries and notes I had taken, reading past messages and emails, reading this forum, talking to a therapist, reading 3 different books. Through all of that, I realized I had literally been abused for years, and I was most likely dealing with an N, narcissist. Yes, you were, ma'am. You still are. But after all this latest bit, yowza, now I'm sure. Oh, yeah. If everything you're saying here is true, man, this is the pure definition of a narcissist. Control freak. I know I shouldn't have engaged, but he was saying I was such a piece of shit and just literally using those trigger words that make me respond. Because you're an emotional being, man. And you spend a lot of time with him. You probably had some good times with him that emotionally attached him to you. And ma'am, for you to even be responding at all is saying to me that you have not completely removed the emotional attachment. And that's not fair to the current man you're dating. I hope you told him about this. Also, was telling me about how he thinks about me every night and every morning and how hard this has been on poor him. That's pathetic. Betamon, 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 Betamon behavior. This is the absolute worst type of guy any woman could ever date. This is pathetic. This redefines pathetic. This guy's acting, I would say he's acting like a woman. Like women act this way sometimes when they get broken up with, right? Or they're trying to get back with somebody, right? This is a dude acting worse than any woman would act in the same situation. This is really, really pathetic. Like I keep saying this on many of my shows where I talk about male and female relationship dynamics. This is what we're dealing with nowadays. I'm really disappointed at how feminized men have become nowadays. The majority of them too. Where have all the good men gone? I can understand why ladies say that. There are still some of us good guys left, and you still don't give us, or most of us good guys, a chance. But I get it. You're dealing with guys like this. So I stupidly called him, and I went off. Bad idea, man. But you're a lady, so I can understand it more than if a guy were to do it because you're an emotional being. I said, how dare he act like this when all he had done was reject me for years? You went off on him, man, because you're still emotionally attached and invested, and you still care for him. If you didn't care for him, ma'am, you would have ignored this. You fed into it. You fed into drama. I reminded him of the hundreds of times he told me to go find someone else. I reminded him of the fact that all I ever did was want him, but he was always too busy for me and never made this relationship a priority, et cetera, et cetera. And this is where I was blown away by their total lack of self-awareness. He literally minimizes everything he did, says, I realize there are some things I'm not good at, but I have so many redeeming qualities and you never see those things. He kept trying to talk, but since I'm not scared of him anymore, I asked, what was redeeming qualities? Sorry, what redeeming qualities do you have? Seriously, when have you ever done something for me in the last 10 years? Ma'am, why do you care if you're over him and you moved on another guy? You're not over him, ma'am. You're still, either you want some closure or you're still emotionally attached to him. And you feel like giving him a piece of your mind because you're trying to change him, right? This is a clear case of feeding into drama. Kind of like some people feeding the drama out here on YouTube. This woman should have just ignored this guy, ghosted him, and it would have been all good. But man, you fed into this. This is more your fault now than his. I'm not saying what he's doing is right or what he did is right, but he's got full control over you, man, and you're not even with him. And who's going to pay the price for this? Your current boyfriend. If I was your current boyfriend, I would say, look, you're not ready for this. You haven't moved past your ex, right? And plus, you wrote a book out here on Reddit about this. And you're over this guy? Come on. When have you said something nice to me in the last 6 years? 6 years, wow. They were together for 10 years. That's why she's emotionally invested. She's having a hard time getting over this. He pauses and says, well, not recently. This guy knows how to trigger you. This guy reminds me of some other guy that, never mind, we're not going to mention who this guy is. Well, not recently, right? A little snarky type of remark there. And I said, okay, so when? Couldn't answer it. Changed the subject to talk about work stuff and things he was dealing with. Then he said he had to go. The more I read into this, I'm like, man, this woman is just instigating drama here. This is like immature, and this is just ridiculous. I swear he thinks I'm just his property. Ma'am, you're with another guy. Why do you care? I swear he thinks I was just going to sit around and wait for the amazing man he has to come back and give me the scraps, like the pathetic beaten dog he thinks I am. I think he was shocked that I was literally moving on from him. The past 1,000 times he broke up with me, I was always waiting anxiously to hear from him. Not this time. Man, you're still feeding into him, and you're with another guy. Ma'am, you're giving this guy what he wants. You're fueling his narcissistic supply. I'm thinking this is a Hoover, but it still wasn't about me. It was all about him and how much he cares. He just wishes I could see all the things I do wrong. In case you want an example, the things I did wrong were asking too many questions, not using correct ones, making assumptions that he was drinking or cheating when he would disappear for 6+ hours at night, needing more than he was willing to give, asking to be made a priority, daring to question why he had so much time to plan trips for just himself and buddies, yet no time to do anything with me, having the audacity to ask him why he had plenty of time to drink nightly with the same 4 people, yet never enough time to finish all his projects he has going, etc. Crazy things like that. He just wishes so much I could see those things and make changes for him. LOL. Of course, though, there is zero wrong with anything he does. Ma'am, why do you care? You're probably like in your 30s at least. If you were dating in 10 years, you're probably at least in your early 30s, maybe mid-30s. Ma'am, you're handling this very immaturely, right? And you're being very insecure about this whole thing. And I can understand that a little bit because you're female. Women are going to be naturally more insecure than men. But man, you literally wrote a book here. You've wasted your time going back and forth with him, and now you've wasted probably, how long did it take you to write this? An hour, hour and a half? And the spelling and grammar is pretty good, too. You probably proofread this, ma'am. I mean, the amount of time that you took to write this, I wonder where your current boyfriend was at, or was he just sitting there on the couch watching you write this? Wow. I can tell a difference, though, because this time, unlike most of the other times, it is so obvious to me what the problem is. It is blatantly clear that he will never be capable of seeing what he does or what he expects or his entitlement as wrong or not normal to him. It is 100% okay, allowed, normal, expected. Man, he's not a good dude, or he's not in a good place. You've identified that. Why do you keep feeding into it? Why are you wasting all your time? Is it making you feel better to talk about this, put it out there like this? Did it make you feel better to have a conversation with him and go off on him? Was that the mature thing to do, ma'am? It's kind of sad these people could possibly be happy one day if they had any sort of ability to look inward, but they never will. It is sad to me that he will never know what it feels like to care about someone else in a real way. It is sad to me that they would rather argue with other people about how they make them feel instead of listening to it and actually hearing another person. It's just sad, really. Ma'am, I get the point. It's sad. You said that like 5 times in that last paragraph. But on the plus side, I figured out how to route his emails to go straight to deleted, so I won't be responding again. Well, good for you. You shouldn't have responded in the first place, and you didn't even need to write this posting here, ma'am. But I guess you had an hour or 2 to kill to write this instead of hanging out with your current boyfriend. Okay. That wouldn't make me happy if I was with you, wasting your time on this crap instead of spending it with me. And I would tell you about it. I'd be honest about it. I wouldn't be hurt. I'd be like, you're wasting your time. If this is what you want to do, then I don't want to be a part of it. Sorry for the long post. Just wanted to vent and complain about how totally lost these people are. You know, ma'am, that was the best thing you wrote at the end there. At least you owned it. You redeemed yourself with me. Sorry for the long post. It was really long, ma'am. And you wasted your time doing it. Just wanted to vent and complain about how totally lost these people are. Just a few comments here regarding this. Get your questions, comments, and concerns in, folks. I'm going to wrap this up here in just a few minutes. So typical of someone like that. I'm sorry he's trying to ruin your peace. He's not trying to ruin her peace. Maybe he is, but she's letting him, right? The only time people ruin your peace is when you allow them to ruin your peace. Why don't you people understand that? Let me check out the chat here real quick before I read the last two comments there. She wrote a whole novel, says Queen. Right. She can't make up her mind, says Queen. Right. She feels the need to feed into it. She's just not over the guy completely. She's not. She's not. It's obvious. If she was, she wouldn't even respond to him. When women are not into you at all, they ghost you. They don't even, they don't even text you a letter. Like one letter, like the letter L or something like that, right? All right, let me check out Facebook. Nothing happening on Facebook. And the live is in the clear. All right. Isn't it a little liberating when they claim they care and love you, and you finally ask them in what ways have they shown that? They completely can't answer the question. I literally just did this to my narc best friend when I called her out on her double standards and started an argument. Okay. Well, why did you feel the need to call her out unless she was doing something to you? I mean, if she is doing other things outside of your friendship you don't like, you have a choice of being her friend or not. Why call her out? She tried to manipulate me and said, well, I was thinking about sending you flowers today. We live 400 miles away from each other. Oh, wow, okay. But I don't appreciate how you attacked me on days on end, so I didn't. I called her out on her bullshit the night before. I replied saying that was unlike her to do something like that, and she suddenly became super defensive and continued to say, I don't know her, and it seems like I know her, but I don't, and called me an asshole. So I asked her, when has she ever done? I'm not even going to read the rest of this. You know why? Because all you're doing here is feeding into it. Like you're letting these people get to you. You're sitting here saying you don't like what they're doing, but you're letting them get to you and you're feeding into it and you're wasting your time writing about it, right? It's the same person that wrote this? Yeah. So the person that wrote this responded below that and said, oh boy, I can't even count the number of times my next was going to or thinking about doing something, yet they never actually managed to do any of those things. And I think you mistyped that. I think you meant saying they somehow make it our fault for them not doing those things. Craziness. I have to ask you, ma'am, why were you with this guy for 10 years if he was like this? He must have been doing something right if you stuck around that long. He must have been one of the best lovers you had. That's probably what it was. And maybe he did take you out to dinners and stuff like that, right? Maybe you did do some things, right? But if everything you say was true, and that's how he was treating you, okay, then why did you stick around for so long? You could have left a long time ago, but you didn't. Women don't stick around for 10 years for no reason. So this guy must have been doing something right, or you're not being completely truthful about what actually happened. Maybe he dumped you because you're behaving the way you're saying he's behaving. We never know. We just have to go by what these people write. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to stupid, pathetic drama, nonsensical drama. People feeling the need to react to people because they disagree with them or something didn't work out. Look, if things don't work out with someone, you just move on and work through it on your own, and don't project the negative feelings onto anyone else. Now, I can understand more so women being this way than men, but we have a lot of men. If we go through the forums where the men are talking about this stuff, a lot of men, the beta males, they're reacting to it. They're complaining like the women are. Instead of just chalking it up to, hey, we just weren't meant to be together. Let's move on. Let's leave each other alone and move on to find someone that truly makes us happy, right? Right. All right, folks. So that's going to do it. We are at 1 hour. Sorry, we're at 2 hours and 8 minutes, almost 2 hours and 9 minutes. Let me go back to full screen and check out the chat real quick. Critical Mass says, I'm back. Eli, are my messages getting through? I wrote you on both your Facebooks and on email weeks ago and did not get a reply. Yeah, no, dude, I haven't had a chance to get back to you yet. I've been swamped with so many things, so many crazy things, bro. I will get back to you. If you want to talk tomorrow, Critical Mass, I'll reach out to you tomorrow morning around 10 or 11 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know what time that is in your neck of the woods. I think you're like 8 hours ahead. So I'll reach out to you around 10 or 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Information Man Show says, good points. Well, thank you for that, brother. I appreciate it. And then we'll go from there, bro. Maybe we can do a live stream tomorrow together. I think that would be awesome. Critical Mass Blog says, all right. So, folks, here's the thing. The topic tonight was how to stop allowing drama to consume you and actually get what you want. Well, before you can get what you want, first of all, you have to know what you want, right? And then you have to take chances. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable, right? And you have to also understand that not everything works out, right? Most things don't work out, right? Does that mean you don't try? No, because if you don't try, you're going to have no chance, right? And to get what, to be vulnerable and give someone a chance to get to know someone means that you might be dealing with a drama person, but you're not going to know that until you get to know them. You can't just look at someone and say, okay, you look like a drama person. You look like a drama instigating shit disturber. So I'm not going to talk with you or invest time with you. You don't know how people are until you talk with them. But if you're a great communicator like myself and I can help you become one, you can ask certain questions and see if these people are open to responding to those questions or not. You can see if they're open emotionally or closed off emotionally. Typically, people that create drama are people that are closed off emotionally. People that are emotionally open and emotionally aware are typically the healthy people that you want to invest your time in. And you can find out very quickly, within 5 or 10 minutes of talking with someone, with, I'd say 90% accuracy, if they're stable enough to date or be friends with or do business with or not. And if they're going to bring drama into your life or not. Critical Mass Block says, good point. Direct experience. Don't waste your time. This woman in that last Reddit posting I read wasted 10 plus years of her life with this guy after saying like he didn't pay any attention to her. She said all these things that, she wished he could have been better at, right? But she stayed with him for 10 years. There's no woman on the face of the planet that's going to stick around with a guy if he's doing 100% of everything wrong for 10 years. This guy must have been one hell of a lover. This guy must have made her scream like a wildebeest, right? He must have made her scream from the top of her lungs, and he must have taken her out to some nice dinners and stuff, right? There's no way this woman would stick around that long if he was doing everything wrong. So I don't know. I don't know if I can believe everything that she said. I mean, I'm sure that she was accurate for the most part, but I don't think she mentioned everything that, she did that she feels he didn't like. Anyway. All right, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. We are at 2 hours and 13 minutes. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to Critical Mass Blog for being here. Thank you to Queen Helen Casey. Thank you to Information Man Show. And thank you to Holly, Hopeful and Blessed. I think Lewis was here at the beginning of the show. And Donnie Hart, you didn't get back to me and mention who you are. I've subscribed to you, but that's okay. Maybe you popped in for 2 seconds and said, okay, it's not the show for me. That's all right, dude. That's all right. All right, folks. I thought about coming back and doing a late night stream tonight, but I'm probably not going to do it. If it happens, it will be a surprise. If not, I'll be back at some point tomorrow. With that being said, have yourselves a great one. I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.